Welcome back, dear students. Now let's concentrate on the positive and negative effects of partnership firm. So let us see the positive and negative points. First we will concentrate on the merits and then we will focus on the limitations. Let's start the points one by one. First positive point is ease of formation and closure. There is an agreement between the prospective partners whereby they agree to carry out the business of the firm and share its risk. This agreement, as I told you in the previous video, it may be an oral agreement or a written agreement. So it's quite easy to come into the formation. There is no compulsion with respect to the registration of partnership firm. If the agreement is oral, no need to get it registered. And the process of closure is also simple. Once the partnership firm is not registered, you can close it as well because this is just the mutual understanding between the partners. There may be two or more than two partners. Moreover, if the registration is done, then also the process of closing the partnership firm is quite easy. It depends upon the willingness of the partners. Second positive point is there is a balanced decision making. According to their area of expertise, partners can oversee different functions. They may divide their work as per their specialization, as per their experience. There is reduced burden of work as no individual is forced to handle different activities. So, it's quite easy to make the decisions and the decision making leads to fewer errors in judgment and more balanced decision making because now the decision is not to be taken by a single person. This is not the sole proprietorship firm. This decision can be taken mutually by the mutual consent of all the partners. Moreover, more funds, more financial resources are available. Capital is contributed by a number of partners. This makes it possible to raise larger amount of funds as compared to sole proprietor and also undertake additional operations because now more funds are available with the firm. Sharing of risk could also be done as against sole proprietorship. Here, the person is not a single person. All the partners share the risk involved in running a partnership firm, resulting in reduced anxiety, burden, and stress on individual partners. So, risk, losses, they are borne by all the partners together. Secrecy could be maintained. Publishing of accounts and submission of reports is not a legal compulsion for a partnership firm. So, it is able to maintain confidentiality, the secrecy of the information relating to its operations. So, these were the positive points of partnership firm. Now, we learn about some of the limitations, that is the negative points of the partnership firm. Liability is unlimited. As I told you, unlimited liability means in case of heavy losses, the personal assets of the person are also considered. They can also be sold to cover up the losses of the firm. In case of partnership firm, the business assets prove to be insufficient or the amount of loss, amount of debt is much more, then the partners are liable to repay the debts even from their personal resources. This proves to be a negative point. It proves to be a drawback for those partners having greater wealth as the liability of partners is both joint and separate. In case one partner is unable to repay, the other partner will have to repay the entire debt. So this is a negative point that the person who is having more of wealth will be caught first. So this is a negative point as per the partnership firm. Unlimited liability. The resources are limited. Unlimited resources are not available. Restriction on the number of partners. As I told you, the maximum number of partners is 50. This results in less contribution in terms of capital investment. Thus, capital investment is usually not sufficient to support large scale business. Now, when we compare this from the sole proprietorship firm, more resources are available. But if we compare it with the other larger form of business organizations, for example, company, which we will discussing further, the resources or the funds available are limited. There may be possibility of conflicts. Since partnership is run by the group of persons, the decision making authority is shared by all. Disputes between the partners may be caused due to difference in the opinions on some issues because each individual is different. They think differently, their perspective is different, their way of looking at the things are different. So disputes may arise due to difference in the opinions of the partners. Decision of one partner are binding on the others. Due to the restriction in transfer of ownership, partnership may be terminated if one partner desires to leave the firm. For example, there are four partners, and because of the conflict, one of them leaves. Since previously it was the contract between four persons and one of them when left, now three persons are left and new agreement will have to be entered upon if these three persons now agree. So, because of the conflicts, there may be a possibility of termination of the partnership firm. Lack of continuity. Partnership comes to an end with death, lunacy, insolvency of any partner, resulting in lack of continuity. As I told you, if there are 10 partners, if there are 20 partners, if there are 25 partners, even if one of the partner leaves due to any reason, maybe due to willingness, maybe due to death, then partnership comes to an end, because previously it was the contract, it was an agreement between 20 persons, and now one of them leaves. So now 19 are left. So previous contract, previous agreement, it stands void, it stands null, it does not, it is not legal. So therefore a new contract will have to be entered even if one person leaves the partnership firm. So remaining partners may enter, they will have to enter into a fresh agreement for continuation of the business. Then lack of public confidence. There is no legal requirement to publish the firm's financial reports or other related documents. Now, as I told you, a partnership firm may come into existence even with the oral agreement. So therefore, if the agreement is oral, there is no proof. Secondly, there is no requirement, there is no such legal requirement to publish the accounts of the publish the accounts or financial reports. So there is no proof. It becomes difficult for any member of the public to assess the true financial status of the partnership firm. This results in low confidence among the public for partnership firms. So with this, we are now clear with the merits, limitations, that is the positive, and the negative points of a partnership firm. I hope that today you have clearly understood the meaning, features, limitations, and merits of partnership firms. Thank you all. Rest will continue in the coming videos. Thank you everyone.